Hey, what's up? It's your boy, J. Ryan LaCour. Full name, Joseph Ryan LaCour, LA, born and raised, and I'm here to speak my truth. And so I am making this Can I Be Vulnerable video to open up and share my experiences with you guys. Most of my friends are straight.
Right.
I have not a lot of gay friends at all. I didn't find that I associated with them very much. And I don't mean all.
Yeah.
I just mean the very flamboyant, wild, crazy ones. Because I do have some gay friends. And it's not that I'm opposed to not having gay friends, but the way I better explain it to people, because even my straight friends will always say oh yeah, but you're different. And yeah, you don't act like other gay niggas, and I don't know what it is, gay niggas be hella gay, and you don't that. The way they explain it is so different, which also opens up the conversation more for me and them for me to explain to them that every gay nigga ain't trying to holler at you just because you're a straight male. I've had straight friends in the past that when they found out I was gay, they've said, and this is fresh out of high school going into college days, where a friend of mine was like, hey, are you gay? And I was just why? That's always been a question of mine. Because I always felt if a straight man is asking you if you're gay, then what is his motive behind it? Why are you asking?
Right.
Are you asking because you're just being nosy and you want to be all up in my business? Or are you asking because you're interested?
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So, and I've never wanted to be, I was always that person, I would never lie about it. If you ask me, I'm going to tell you the truth. However, when a man asks me, it's a different situation, because it's but why?
Yeah, you know the motivation.
Are you asking me because you're trying to be petty? What's the deal? So a friend had asked me, and I was just why? And he was cause I'm just asking, I don't want you trying to holler at me. And dude, I wanted to whoop his ass.
Right.
Mind you, this is a friend that I was friend with in junior high school. Then we lost touch in high school, and then we reconnected in college.
Right.
Mind you, when he saw me, he's give me your number, let's hang out, let's do all that stuff.
Yeah.
So when you make a statement to me, the first thing that comes to me is bro, you asked me for my number. It wasn't the other way around.
Right.
I wasn't trying to reconnect or make this friendship out, so that shit threw me off, and I didn't argue it. I'm pretty good at just cutting people off.
Right.
I'm actually really great at it, which is probably back to one of my weaknesses.
This is right.
Because my friends say, like I said, I don't give people enough chance. But the reason I do that is because I just feel I don't have the energy to argue with people.
Right.
I've learned that some people you cannot win with on words,
right.
and some people are just not going to see your views. I'm pretty open to seeing other people's views.
Right.
I will sit there and listen, take that into consideration, and then realize, okay, I see where we got lost. But I feel I'm good at conversation. Friends say oh, but you're different. I explain to them I wasn't raised around any gays.
Right.
We didn't have any gay family members. I didn't have any gay friends. There were no openly gay kids in my school. It was a secret that I felt I really had to keep.
I was gonna say, how was that for you?
As a kid,
right.
You get what I'm saying? And it wasn't bad. You get what I'm saying? I was raised with, my mom and my sister. My mom raised us. And so I was raised around women. So it was always it was easy for me to fall back oh, I'm raised by women, Yeah. I always was able, I always had jokes. I was I'm a quick joker.
Yeah.
You make a joke at me, I got 10 for you coming back.
Right.
So I was always able to stand up for myself in that aspect. So people couldn't really come at me because I would really hurt their feelings.
So there was no bullying.
Yeah, you couldn't bully me and
right.
get away with it.
Right.
I was not that person that was gonna let that happen. So even with other gay stories of when they came out or how their parents disowned them, I've always been pretty motivated and pretty independent that when I did decide to come out, I didn't really care if my parents were going to go against it or not. It was almost if they do, I would cut them off before they cut me off, As much as I love them,
right.
It was I already knew that I would never let somebody come at me, even if you were family.
Right.
Yeah, so my barber, he used to ask me a lot of questions, because I've known him since high school too. And he would ask a lot of questions about the gay stuff, and the same, he was yeah, but you're different. I'm yeah, but everybody says that. And I was bro, I was gay is not, because people will always say oh, gays do too much. It's not that gays do too much, because I know drunks that do too much that are straight.
Yeah.
I know just crazy people that
if you just
do too much.
You just do
I'm
too much.
Gay is not a personality. If your personality is just extra, that's your personality. Gay is literally, and to me, an attraction to the same sex. So when people say oh, what is it that you like about guys? Me personally, I like the masculinity of men.
Right.
It's not that I don't think women are beautiful. Hell, my following is 80% women.
Right.
Women love me. I love women. I'm pretty much in a relationship with all my friends, just not sexually.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm in, and I do find myself attracted to, like, you know, girls that girls that are still drop that gorgeous but are basketball players, like, you know, like tomboy girls that are still lipstick type lesbians, you know, like
they can
I do find myself attracted to them, and I do see I could have sex with them, like, and be fine with it, you know. But that is what it is. Like, I'm attracted to masculinity, so I explain that to them. But I also explain, like, but just because you're a masculine man doesn't mean I'm attracted to you. If a girl thinks you're ugly, I probably feel the same way. Like, you're just as ugly as the girls that you don't get. Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like any other,
every single body. That's just
now,
the other way.
There are some gays that believe if you give them any sort of attention, like, I could introduce you to a gay right now and be like, oh yeah, this is the homie. And then he'd be like, yeah, I think he might be with it. He was real nice. Like, you see how he shook my hand?
I've actually been a victim of that.
I am the complete opposite of that person.
Right.
I almost, and so I do understand the straight view sometimes.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? I do understand that too. And I think it's because I see both sides. So when gay homies will tell me, like, yeah, what's up with this? I think he might be with it. You get what I'm saying? And I'm like, nah. But I've also always been the person that, even as feminine as you can be, I know feminine guys that are like way feminine than me, that are not gay. And
I know them too, yeah.
And they swear by that, and I really haven't seen them do anything gay other than just have like a lower tone voice, or you get what I'm saying, or just feminine tendencies. Yeah. But they're still fully into women. So it's like, if a dude tells me I'm not gay, I believe that. Even if I don't believe you, I will take that. So when girls will ask, like, you think you're gay? I'm not gonna feed that and be like, yeah. I'm like, no, I don't think he is. You get what I'm saying? Instead of working against them, I kind of help them, because that is your truth. And so then there's other people that are down low gay, like we were talking about, and so that's very frowned upon to, you know, the heterosexual straight male. And what I explain to people, and there's two forms of down low gay, because at one point I considered myself to be down low. The thing is, I wasn't out here fronting, you know? Yeah. Like I said, if you ask, I tell you. I was just more so private with my business. However, I just feel like people will come out in their own time. So a lot of my homies, like, that are from the hood will be like, well, I don't fuck with that nigga because that nigga gay and he hiding it. I'm like, but it's not your business. Right. Like, what does he have to explain it to you? Nah, because, like, that nigga be trying to act like he's straight. What is acting like he's straight? Because the thing is, when I came out, my mom thought we were gonna have this big coming out party, because some people's idea of gay is very like Vogue and dress for drag, and you know. So my mom and my sister, they didn't understand that when I told them I was gay, nothing was changing though. So they were waiting for this drastic change. They were waiting for me to pop out the high heels, and that's something that I would never do. I've never even dressed up as a woman for Halloween. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not my thing. So my sister explained it. She's like, you know, when you came out the closet, like, we were a little confused, because she's like, nothing changed, like, nothing. And I'm like, yeah, because I've always been me. Like, you get what I'm saying? I was just dating niggas on the low, and not, you know, like, and that's just what it is. And even still, I'm not like I'm not into public display of affection. Okay. And even when I had girlfriends, I was the same way. Like, I wasn't that kid that was making out in front of all the homies. Right. I don't know. It's always been weird to me. And so even now, like, I met a dude probably like a few months back. It didn't work out. But he was like a super masculine dude, African descent. He's a model, but he's fucking gorgeous, like tall, super masculine. I wouldn't even know he was gay if he even approached me. And I remember we were at Smart and Final doing some shopping for hair, and he just like hugged me from behind, and it threw me off. And like, people are walking by, I'm like, get off me, like you know, like, it really threw me off. But it's so crazy because he's such, like, nobody would ever look at him and ever guess or ever think. Yeah. And it was just like, he just did not care. And I'm like, damn, like, will I ever get to that phase? Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, because even the type of relationship I want like a homie, you know? Yeah. Like, that's how I view us, like a homie. Right. It's weird. Yeah, this is fun. It's a good experience, and yeah.
There it is.